It's a cool plant with a tricky name. Let's talk about Xerosicyos. What's up, fellow plant enthusiasts? My name is Dylan and this is Bane's Botanicals. Today we're going to be talking about Xerosicyos. That name took me a little bit to figure out how to pronounce. For a minute I thought it was kind of Spanish sounding, but actually it's Greek. Xeros is Greek for dry, and Cysios is Greek for cucumber, which I did not just know that. I'm not that smart, but I did look that up. So Xerosicyos is kind of an unusual succulent that is also known as a silver dollar vine. And as I said, it does have cucumber in the name because it is part of the cucumber family, which is Cucurbitaceae. Speaking of that, let's do this. Here is the taxonomy information for Xerosicyos. I'm going to try not to mess that pronunciation up. I just keep trying to play it over again and again in my head. So yeah, Xerosicyos is in the same family, ironically. I believe begonias are in the Cucurbitaceae family. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's true. The good news about Xerosicyos is that it is remarkably easy to take care of, and it is a pretty cool plant. I mean, these almost perfectly round leaves are very succulent. You touch them, they don't have really much bend to them at all. They're very thin. This one has hair on it from my cat. That's okay. And it's just, they're just very neat looking. And now they don't grow super fast. So this one, if I take my hand and kind of cover this part, that's about all the new growth I've gotten on it in maybe a little less than a year. Now we are in the prime growing season right now. At the time of this video, it is high summer. So we're right in the middle, and it's been growing pretty steadily. And I just think that, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a ZZ plant, Zamioculcas, except the leaves are round and the stems are a lot thinner. So, but it does kind of have that structure to it, I guess. I could see one of these getting pretty big, just like a ZZ plant would, and just having these really nice, just beautifully round leaves. It's pretty cool. They're not impossible to find, but they're also not super common. I have seen these pretty common at a greenhouse that's out here. It's actually a chain of greenhouses called Suburban Lawn and Garden. I actually did a video there. Be sure to check that video out. It's a pretty cool place. They usually have these in stock. Sometimes they're in bigger hanging baskets because these will, over time, start to trail more than, well, I guess they do trail, so maybe they don't have the same growth habit as ZZ plants. I'm so silly. I just don't remember things sometimes. But Xerosicyos is neat if you can find one. Now, as far as the care goes, that pot is a little bit grimy. I probably need to clean my pots soon. As far as care goes, it likes bright indirect light. I don't really think you should put it in full sun. I think that if it was a little bit bigger, you could probably get away with like fuller sun in maybe a bright window, but I don't think I would put this outside just to be safe, because these leaves, I don't know if you can see kind of a profile, they're pretty thin. I mean, this isn't a cactus, right? It's still a succulent, so it can't take the same punishment that a cactus can. Speaking of that, as far as watering goes, you want to water it more than a cactus, less than a tropical plant. This one is in the middle there between those two other categories. So it does like to dry out, but you do need to water it. I still water this one once a week. Just because it is smaller, so it does dry out faster. And as far as fertilizer goes, we skipped some, it's okay. As far as fertilizer goes, I fertilize it with a little bit more of a diluted fertilizer just to be safe, and I do that twice a week during the growing season, and then once we hit kind of late fall, I stop until, through winter and then early spring. But soil, I just use a regular cacti succulent soil, anything that has a little bit more drainage with perlite or sand. And it is in a terracotta pot, which is a good choice for pretty much any succulent. Well, except maybe Ceropegia. I've had some rotten luck with Ceropegia. This just prevents it from having too much water next to the base for too long, so it'll prevent root rot. Now, I'm trying to think. Oh, humidity. It doesn't need humidity. It's a succulent, so don't worry about that. I'm trying to think if I've heard of any other species of this plant. Now, the species here is, this is Xerosicyos danguii. That part sounds more African because these do hail from, I believe it's Madagascar. So danguii kind of has that kind of African ring to it. But there's not a whole lot else to say about it. These leaves got a little bit chewed up right there for, I don't know, maybe it was in shipping or maybe it was like next to another plant. But they do hold on to those scars. But I think it gives it a little bit of character. You know, that's kind of the patina of the plant, I guess. Just like, you know, people like the pots when they start to get kind of aged. This one really does just need to be clean though. Ugh. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any other species that you've heard of Xerosicyos. And try pronouncing that 5 times fast. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was a new plant for you. I like introducing you guys to new plants. That's part of the reason I'm doing this series on plant care, so that we can go over a bunch of kind of unusual genera as well as all of the common ones. So thank you for following along with me. This was X, so we're getting pretty close to the end now. But there will be more to come. Until the next video, I will see you guys very soon. I'm getting more out. I know I've been busy with work and everything, but I'm still trying to take care of everything. So until the next one, I will see you very soon. And thank you.